Hello, hello. Welcome back to the YouTube video, everyone. Nasty Nate 888 here, jumping into another free-for-all game. Today, we're going to be playing as the Chinese. I got a fun one for you. Without further ado, get into this game. Right away, we find a nice little spot wedged into this corner here. As you can see, we got a lot of trees, especially on my spawn. In fact, there are a lot all over the map, but I think I got the most of them by far where I'm going. We are going to chop some trees today, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed the content so far, please, please drop that like and subscribe button. We appreciate it very much. We are on our way to 500 subscribers eventually. Well, we're on about 120 right now, so we've got a ways to go. So in this game, we got a few Chinese players, looks like. We've got about 3 of us, and then we've got a bunch of other civs. So a nice little, diverse group aside from the 3 Chinese players. We got a little bit of water down here. Looks like Green has found a couple of deep water fishes, and no one has discovered these fishes yet. But not the most water, just a very small amount. So far, not too much going on just yet. We're gonna speed things up. See what our players decide to do here. We got one player in the middle. One of our Chinese players has a nice little spot right here with lots of resources. And this would be nice. I would love to be Zhu Xi and throw down that meditation garden right here. That would be peak right there with all that stone and gold. Wow. And food and wood. Dang. That would be real nice. It looks like Yellow, for whatever reason, has decided to put his town center right next to Red, who's already completed, and now he's left the game. And he's hit his king in this corner. I just caught it right before he left, so we'll keep an eye out on that king and see if that comes into play at any point during this game. I'm sure it will. Well, maybe not. It's kind of hidden away, but we'll see. I mean, Red knows about it. Everyone else should know there's a king on the map, so someone should be looking for it. What a strange play there by the yellow player. Huh? He's already out. No more Ottomans. We got a few relics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 relics, but one of them is, as you can see, completely trapped up here on my side of the map. So there's really effectively 6 for now. Let's see what happens here. Got some age ups coming through to age 2. I do end up going for the Imperial Academy first, as there is no need to rush down to Barbican, but here it comes up. I'm going to protect these 3 nodes here. And it looks like, yeah, we're just going to go into a pretty slow game. I've got a lot of space to work with on my side of the map, as you can see. Most of the players have some pretty good space. Blue and orange are going to be up at each other's faces, it looks like, but most everyone else seems to have plenty of space to work with here. Keep an eye on these guys and see what happens there. Right now I scouted a few of the players out. Okay, we see pink in the middle now. There is only 2 sacred sites, I suppose. Not one. My mistake. We got a lot of sheep down here for the pink player. Not sure why focusing on these sheep. I mean, he did have the deer, right? I guess he's already gotten rid of most of them. Oh, there's some deer out here. I guess, right? Yeah, they just kind of spread them to the wind, unfortunately. There is a roost player who could have been responsible for that, but okay, we see. Okay, so that orange player did find that king, but now blue is pushing into orange. So we'll see how that plays out. Does have a few rams. And orange does not doesn't seem to have much of an army mustered in defense of this. Looks like his king is going down. Yeah, he didn't quite make it. Okay. So blue takes out the first kill of the game. Orange will discount his kill because he's dead. So blue the only one with the kill so far. But starting off the back foot. I do believe I did notice this. I was like, blue has a kill. That means he had to get aggressive. I'm thinking about blue. could I take advantage of that situation? Is my first thought, right? Like, okay, that guy's gonna be a bit behind on the boom, right? Okay, so it looks like teal and green fighting over relics, as they would. Order of the Dragon. None so far on his Regnitz. Okay, blue gets another kill. He pops the red player down here, who was, sorry, I kind of missed that one there. I guess there wasn't much to see. Happened pretty quick. But he popped 2 kills, so he's already got 2 kills actually. I thought he only had 1, so that kind of explains a little bit more. Guess he just used that army that he already had made. Go ahead and poke into red space, and red just had nothing to defend with. He just had a barracks, he had a stables, but maybe not enough units coming out of him. So now we see got a big threat on the map, right? Blue, we gotta worry about. Should be a little bit behind. As you can see on the scoreboard, he is indeed a little bit behind most of the other players here. Still in the lead. Doing well with his Order of the Dragon. However, as I mentioned, no sign of any relics for teal yet. Meanwhile, we have our player in the middle, Chinese. Let's see. Does he have any relics? No. I think green got him, maybe. Take a look here. What would green have done with these relics? There's a monastery, and there's one too. There's 3 relics for green. There's still some relics that I guess these players haven't scouted yet. Yeah. But I was like, I noticed this. I think I'd scouted this, and I went to try to claim it at some point here. There's our monastery. We also have up here this relic. If you've noticed that yet. But I wasn't anticipating that I would get any relics. Getting some. But green is coming up here to teal's base for whatever reason now. Decided, despite having pink much closer, that teal is the easier target, and he's going through, maybe harass the workers. Not super successful yet, but I guess teal's having a hard time reacting. Now he's just pulling all his workers. Maybe selecting all his workers on accident. So yeah, he is getting some work done here with his attack, but he is going to lose some of his gilded knights here, or elite lancers, I guess. Right, he's Chinese. Okay, so he lost all his knights there, but he did do a little bit of eco damage and gathering time. So let's see. At the end of this, looks like green is still quite a bit. I'm actually in the lead now. I've got the biggest. I had a huge boom this game. I got up two granaries before I decided to start pumping out units. One thing I think I did forget to do was transition to a Yuan dynasty sooner. It was a bit of a mistake. But we did decide to push blue because I knew he'd be a threat later, and I knew he'd probably a little bit set back from what was going on here. Blue is a pretty good player, as I'm about to find out. So we'll see how that goes for me. Got a nice little setup here too with the roost. We're pushing through. He's actually even claimed red's base down here. Interesting. Another outpost for blue. Does have a bunch of veteran archers, a few spatterings of other units, but we have our palace guards. And you would think, I wonder. Now I'm looking at this. I wonder if there was a way here for me. If I built a couple ramps, obviously that would have been clutch here. And I decided right here to target units right at that last, like with all the workers coming into repair. And maybe that was a mistake. I wonder if I could have actually taken out the town center and popped the king there. In retrospect, I may have made a bit of a mistake. Yeah, it looks like these units are just derping around too, unable to path through, trying to attack the units. So we definitely should have maybe focused that town center. A bit of a mistake on my part. But we do set blue back. You know, he's lost a lot of workers now, and you can see that reflected in his score. Blue is a little bit set back, though. We also did lose our army. Fine now. So we have 123 workers already. Blue has 74. So yeah, we're doing pretty good in that regard. I'm pushing into middle here because I saw what happened here was I saw a king being transferred from teal. And I thought teal it was coming down this way, and I thought it was being fed into pink. So I was trying to grab it. But what actually was happening here was teal was sending his king out to this Elsbach in the middle. He wasn't feeding his king, and I made a little mistake here, and I pushed in. I just, you know, used my king ability. I saw the king running through towards pink, and I was like, oh no, teal's dying, and he's trying to feed his king, but turns out that wasn't the case. So, you know, this ended up being kind of unnecessary, but we're not really going to take much of a fight here. We're just going to try to back up and not get involved here. You see teal has these gilded units, so they're pretty powerful. Being the Order of the Dragon, we're gonna go back up behind our base. Looks like pink is gonna be fighting teal, so I figured that was gonna happen. So I can back up, regroup, and I can refocus on blue. I don't want to mess with these players necessarily right now. I'll let them have their battle. Once I see a free king snipe that I can maybe clinch, we'll try to leave them alone, right? Meanwhile, green has his, you know, small fishing eco, and he's claimed this pond as well. He's doing pretty well himself. Not really fighting much yet. He's kind of the one player that's not really engaging right now. He's getting hit. Well, I guess pink has come into his base now to do some harassment, but now green is counterattack. Let's slow things down here. Looks like we're getting smacked. Green has counterattacked pink. He's pushing through. Is he going to wipe out pink is the question. The king is in here in this town center, but green's units aren't really surrounding properly. But oh nice, he put the king in the battering ram. But green is aware of this and he's gonna go for it. But pink a little bit slow on repositioning his king there. I guess he didn't realize what was happening. He does get sniped out with a battering ram, or he can get into the next battering ram. So unfortunately, had some issues there. Looked like maybe because the battering ram pathing is a little bit awkward when it's trying to path around units. I think it got stuck and he wasn't able to evacuate in time. So now you see it's a little bit of back and forth between me and blue. Blue has, you know, while I've maxed out myself, blue, I believe, well, he has not maxed out. He's struggling here. His military is real low. We've actually dominated his military, but the thing is, he has gotten his eco back up and running. So, if we can push through and you know, secure the kill here, then we're going to be in a good spot. But if we let him live, I think we're going to maybe later in the game have a bit of trouble here because blue, yeah, his eco is, he's got over 100 workers now. He's looking a lot strong. Then he does have the 2 kills, so if he does get up there, he does cancel the keep, and we're pushing back through. But look, as you can see, he set up a very nice little setup here. He's got his keep. He's getting his burning oil upgrade now. He's got a little wall there. I'm trying to push through, but at this point, I'm like, his king's all the way back here in this keep, and I don't have any proper siege for buildings, right? I just have a nest of bees. I don't have cannons, really. I think I'm trying to build some, but you know, it's gonna be hard to break through a keep without cannons. Or maybe I could have built. I guess I could have built some rams here. Would have been a play too. Really, I'm always. I feel like I never go hard enough into the rams when I need to. As you can see, we're kind of out of gold here. We have claimed a couple of one relic only. It looks like so far. I think I got more than one, but we'll see what happens with that. Maybe my. Still working on that. I'm taking some gold out on the map. Now we see that teal is kind of running into green here a little bit. So fortunately we still have some time to deal with blue probably. We're just taking out buildings one at a time. Probably could have taken out these. Well, what I realized was I was attacking, like there were some of these built-ins were not blues, they were the player that died, and I was like, wait a minute, this guy's not Mongols, he's Rus. What's going on here? We tried to come up here and damage his eco more, kill some of his workers. We did succeed in some degree, however, we're not breaking through really. We don't have any cannons still. It's actually, even though our bases are very close, we have to go all the way around here. Get in. We do see I've claimed one of the relics down here, and I probably forgot about it. Hopefully we'll claim that later. Shift commands. We need more shift commands. And now blue is reestablishing a base down here. He's getting hurt quite a bit up on the top here, you can see, but I am definitely overcommitting here. There's 2 keeps. They got burning oil. He's got Janissary or Streltskys, and they're just destroying my my palace guards, right? Like we are getting a lot of his workers, it seems, but at what cost? Not the best trade. We are, yeah. Well, I think we're doing pretty well there. I mean, we have lost some of our own workers, but now blue's workers are in the dumps too, with only 47 eco. And we seem so close to killing this player so many times in this game. It's so unfortunate that we couldn't quite seal the deal, right? So now the problem is, I'm about to kill blue, but then I'm like, oh no, sacred side victory for teal is pending. And teal, while he didn't get any relics, it looks like. Did he get any relics? He didn't even get a single one in his L's back. No, no relics. He somehow pushed through, and he's doing pretty well for himself. Only 200 supply, as you can see here. Green is fighting straight into burning oil. Her unit's just plugged right in between here, just terrible. But he looks like overcoming teal, perhaps. However, you can see he doesn't have any like cannons or rams here to deal with these keeps. I guess there's only one actual keep. This is a player who died. And we see that green has actually come an overwhelmed teal, but you know I'm not really aware of what's going on here. All I see is that teal has captured the 2 sacred sites and green has not reclaimed them, so I'm worried. I don't know the situation down here. I don't know that teal doesn't have any relics. That green will probably beat him out in the end. So I say, okay, I talk to green or whatever. Decide to pull back. I think here, maybe. Yeah, there's no way I'm attacking here, right? I'm worried about the sacred site victory. The timer is ticking down. Yeah, this might have been a mistake. If I'd known green could have handled this, I would have definitely let it be. We pulled back and we let blue survive again. Oh man, but you know we figure he's set back, right? He's gonna be in a tight spot. He is definitely behind in this game now. And I'm coming up here. Green, I think at this point I communicated to green, so maybe he doesn't want to waste his units since he knows I'm gonna be coming to help. Bit of a mistake on my part there, but you never know, right? For all I know, teal has 6 relics and he's about to win the game, right? With all his keeps on the sacred site here. See what teal's army's looking like. He is maxed. His units are strong, but he does not have a supply advantage like green does. 250. See green going in for the kill. Very nice. I'm coming in, attacking the dead keep on accident there. Let's see what happens here. Green pushes in. I come in. We take out the sacred sites, right? We're gonna win here. Green is, I don't know why he's attacking a lumber mill, but okay. I'm going to go ahead and neutralize this. I think at some point I'm like, well, wait a minute. So, you know, we stopped the sacred site victory, but I know that teal's king is literally right here. I wouldn't, instead of, I was thinking about going back to blue at this point, but I was wait a minute. I want to make sure, if I can, that I get this king here. Which, you know, once again, maybe a bit of a mistake here. We go for the L's back here. And the king runs. And he escapes. I didn't have any ranged units. Or I had a few Zuganus, looks like, but they weren't pushed up enough. Big mistake on my part. I should have moved closer to the L's back. And we lose our chance to kill that king. So we pull back. We decide to let teal have his, whatever here. He seems to be pursuing us, so we're trying to make some pot shots with our nest of bees. And he's backing up. We're backing up. Everyone's backing up. And right now we're starting to suffer on gold, right? We don't have much gold income. You can see there's some in the middle, but it's kind of in the middle of this battle. We do have, we have established pagodas now. We have a relic for each one, which is great. So we are getting some passive gold from that, which is always nice as Chinese. But it would be really nice to have some, you know, we still have a lot of cannons, so we're going to be okay here. Should repair these, hopefully. Yeah, it looks like we are. And we're just going to go ahead and we give up, you know, we know that teal's been damaged, but we don't know the extent. And we don't want to push our luck with him. We want to go back to blue, right? Blue's the one that I know he has, you know, I didn't actually know he had 2 kills. I thought he only had 1. But knowing that he has 2 kills is even more important that we eliminate him, right? But he has reestablished his eco. Military is a little bit behind, but he'll probably get there soon. And he's already pushing towards 200 supply, so we only have max 200, so we do need to deal with that before it gets overwhelming, right? Do our check on the kings. We see Teal's going to the back of the base. We're going to leave him be, even though we probably could fight Teal right now. I think he's not the biggest threat in the lobby, right? He's got 200 supply, and he lost his sacred sites, so green's a bigger threat, as we know, and blue is a bigger threat. Meanwhile, it's like these players are posturing again. Sacred sites maybe for the resources in the middle. We're pushing up into green's base once again. Or at least the 3rd time this game. We're attempting to take out blue. This time we have cannons to back it up. But blue is a clever man. Look at what he has done. He's caught us completely out of position. We had no idea about these cavalry coming in from the bottom. He has all his military production down here in the bottom. And he's coming in from behind and just eviscerating our cannons. We're trying to save the nest of bees at least. If we can, but cannons have been basically ambushed. And we've been caught with our pants down. We're real pants down here. The blue is cleaning us up, but there are some nest of bees, looks like. Actually, we are kind of holding on here. We do have, you know, these elite Zuganus and such that are doing all right for us. We have taken out a keep, so let's take a look at the aftermath of this. You know, we have actually lost. We sent some workers out on the map, I think, and looked for gold, and we were shut down. We have kind of fallen behind in our worker count here. The blue player is soaring past 200 now, so now we have a huge problem, right? We can't catch up to him. He's been able to establish all this base down here very wisely, and now we're in a bit of a pickle, right? Not any cannons here. There's no way I'm going to make any headway on his king. He even has springguards that we aren't even aware of, so not likely going to happen here. Meanwhile, it looks like green has taken over the middle, pushed Teal out of here. And Teal is not doing too well. Take a look. We got 250. Bank starting to form for a green player, a 250 supply. For Teal player, oh, he is just out of this. Wow, okay. He's getting overrun by green, actually. I was like, wait a minute, 50 supply, what's happening here? Oh yeah, Teal's dead. So Teal is on his way out. And I'm not yet aware of this because green hasn't done anything like snipe a king or take the sacred sites to indicate that to me. I haven't scouted it. I probably should have put some more, you know, some more towers, outposts, send scouts from time to time to see how things are going. You don't want to usually like wait until you see the king getting sniped with the monarch ability. It's kind of a little bit late, right? So we're pushing into blue, but he does have. We do take a nice hit, I think, onto his Streltsky here, which I missed, and his archers up here. But like I mentioned, his supply is just insanely high now. You can see 230 out of 300. And I'm trying to retreat, but I'm failing. So I decide to regroup. At this point, I realize I can't break blue by myself. I also know that now that green has 2 kills. I know that green has 2 kills. I'm aware of that much. And I know that I have none. So now we're in a tight spot, right? We're like, okay. We're the player who's behind. Both of these players have kills. I'm not aware that blue has 2, but either way, it's, you know, it's not looking good for me, right? I definitely need to secure the next kill in this game. Win. I'd even have a chance at winning, actually. But even then, it's still an uphill battle, right? So, I'm trying to tell blue that green is now the threat because I think green has 50 more supply than blue does. Even though I know that it's going to be a tough, you know, fight for me to take on blue. You have to deal with green now, and green does have a lot. Green is doing real well for himself. He did have some. Green is Chinese, so he probably has pagodas now. Or his pagoda. Okay, here we are. 3 relics in the pagodas. He's got access to all this gold income, and you can see bank that he's got a huge bank too. He's not just 300, he's got a fat bank. Purple, or a blue rather. Oh, this is, I guess this is blue's bank, my mistake. Let's look at green. Green has a pretty decent bank, a lot of food mostly, as Chinese would. Blue also has a huge bank of everything, wow. And I'm trying to take some resources in the middle. This is where I've decided to make, I'm gonna hang out is, you know, try to fight for the middle for the gold that I desperately need there. Green's attacking me on this side. And at this point I figured I'm probably doomed. But you know, we're not giving up yet. We could have nice fight in the choke here. We only had one nest of bees, but he's kind of paying off dividends, right? Shooting into that choke point. And we see a bunch of Green's cannons kind of aim moving or right clicking over here on accident. We even pull some workers to torch them. Send some cavalry up here to deal with these ones. But we are kind of being overrun, right? We're like not really holding too well here. Green definitely has more. Blue comes in and sees what's going on. But I think the good news for me here is that both these players kind of know that if they let the other player snipe me, that's bad for them. So they probably either want to 100% secure the kill for themselves or not fight me, you know, not deal with me and save me for last, right? Because I'm the weakest link here. Alright, got quite a bit of a cough going on, guys. Excuse me. Still recovering here. So blue and green now are fighting each other in the middle here, as you can see. Fortunately for us. And you know, I'm kind of thinking that we're not going to be able to win in a direct fight, probably at this point. So I'm starting to think of other ideas, other ways that I could possibly win this game, right? And as we've mentioned before, there's a lot of wood chopping going on in this map, right? There's a lot of tree lines. I do know that I'm Chinese, okay. And I do have. I've made them yet. They are, yep, the elite fire lancer. So I'm thinking maybe I can go for a sniper as Chinese because you have the fire lance, access to the fire lancer. It's a great, you know, effective at raiding buildings and burning buildings down. So I do have I have checked and I found that okay, green does have a king down here in this tower fortress that he's walled in. If I can get in there somehow, you know, maybe I can break through. I'm pushing. This is probably a bit of a mistake. I should have probably stayed in my base, but I did want to distract green while I did this, but this was a little bit too soon. We do lose our army again. And we're hopefully green. I'm just hoping that green doesn't push us here. So we've realized that we can't really get through to that king, of course. We've sent a few vills here, and hopefully he doesn't notice. We'll watch this camera here as I build. In it a little bit. We'll watch this camera. What's going on? So luckily blue's fighting him too. Sacred victory now secured for green. Blue's neutralizing. The green has resecured it, so hopefully that blue will eventually sort that out. Meanwhile, we're building our siege workshops here. Trying to set up this flank. Let's take a look at green's vision here. What he can see. So he can't actually see this because of, I guess these towers here can, oh, he can see all this. Dang, so we're a little bit too close to the towers here. I guess he probably hasn't bothered to notice yet, maybe. Yeah, he's probably too busy focusing on the sacred site to really pay attention here. Is fine. Just look at that. Probably just him. Keeps blue attacking him here. And he's kind of shifting around his army. But now he sees me setting up over here. Like, oh no, like forget the sacred sites. Let's go back and defend that because that's not good. So let's see what happens here, shall we? So he's freaking out. Let's take out the free camera. Looks like he's all jerking all around, but I'm coming through, you know, with my fire lancers, and I got a couple of they're of course derping around, unfortunately, as they do, trying to get through here. I'm trying to defend them while I'm pushing forward, and I realize there's layers of gates here that we're gonna have to get through, unfortunately. Probably shouldn't have stopped to shoot that, but I wanted to make some space. Oops, another mistake there. We shouldn't. I mean, I guess I wanted to get rid of this because Casey built a transport ship or something. Which probably, I guess, in retrospect was a mistake because I'm going to be in this area, so if he has to come through this way, I can snipe his king. We're trying to break through, and it's a real close one, right? Like, look at this. I mean, this whole army's here now. Blue is pushing through the sacreds. I'm pushing. We've neutralized sacred, so we've at least bought that. I do want to try to get the snipe here if I can, right? We're trying to buy time. We got a nice little choke here we've made for ourselves. But these are just fire lancers, right? Unfortunately, we didn't send any horsemen around with these. Fire lancers are not the, they're countered by pretty heavily by spearmans. And they're just kind of weaker units, right? You know, they're kind of like glass cannons against buildings. But we do see us breaking through here. You know, we're going to bust through final wall. Now we have access to the king here. But as you can see, our army's very heavily dwindled. We do have a little bit of siege left. But what else do we have? You know, not much, right? Our cannons are kind of stuck now behind his army there. And our last units get picked off just before the king is revealed. Just missed him. So close. Could have definitely managed that with a little bit better, you know, micro there, I think. And decision making on it, what to attack. But unfortunately, did not get green. And now blue, but blue, we've opened this up for blue to push through. It looks like he's breaking out these pagodas, which is great. Shut down green's economy a little bit. And now that's putting blue in like the, unbeknownst to me, that's putting blue in the winning position, right? Because blue actually has a huge bank, or did. Now spent most of that bank. And, you know, he, I'm not sure what he spent all that gold on, but he definitely built something. We'll see if green reclaims these relics or what happens with them, but you see that we did secure the middle. Let's go ahead and speed these up here. See what's going to be next in this game. It looks like green's pushing through, and he's going to resecure this area and these relics, no doubt. He has secured the middle. Golds, unfortunately. Well, no one has really gotten these yet, but they're mostly mined out. See, there's not much gold left on this map, unfortunately. On our side, green has a lot in his back door. He's saved for later, you know. He saved these gold. Lots access. Blue, of course, he's roost, so he gets passive gold. And he's got like 500 a minute. Looks like pretty nice for him. Trying to shut down these docks for green. He has quite a bit of resources, enough in fact to build something that I think you guys probably know where I'm going with this. See if that happens. Okay, these relics haven't been put back in their spot yet, but we'll imagine he's going to make that a priority. There's two. Meanwhile, so green has found my little hideout base here. My second thought was, okay, we're going to try that again, but he's probably going to be ready this time. I was like, I'm going to try to chop through, right? These are just woods here. You can chop through. And, unfortunately, he found us, but we're going to send another group, you know, around. We'll take a look at green's vision here. And speaking of chopping through, another thing that we've done now, we've chopped through and we found this relic up here. So now we have 4 relics. So as you can see, we have the 3 pagodas and we have 1 in the monastery now. And the green can see, you can't actually see this. I'm kind of curious what happened here. I guess he was just kind of going around, it looks like. He's looking, yeah, I guess kind of sus, but, you know, only sus than having this game, so I'm not going to do anything. Especially since he didn't find the, you know, he didn't react to this earlier. I'm pretty sure he's not map hacking. Was like worried, you know. And he was rightly worried, because if we chopped through, I mean, he would have seen it eventually, right? Like, he can see, I guess he can't see as much as you would expect here. Maybe if these get chopped away or something, he'll see more, but yeah, it's surprising how little right here he can see, actually. So that's actually good news for me if I want to chop through there. I have gotten a relic, chopped through. Green is coming in for the kill on me now. He's mad. He knows that I'm like, I think he's realized that I'm actually quite a bit of a threat with my sneaky attacks, even though I'm the weaker player here. And he's coming through, finish me off. And I think I'm telling blue, like, hey blue, now's the time, buddy. Let's go. Go fight green, man. But we see, oh bam, blue is building a wonder. So this is an interesting coincidence, right, as I'm fighting green here. We do see I'm actually going to surprisingly, despite his huge advantage in total supply, I've lost most of my workers and I'm just running on military supply now, so I am able to overrun with reinforcements, and I have tons of army here to do that with. But now blue has completed his wonder, so I have to make an agreement with green. I'm going to finish off these cannons for some reason, just to, get them out of here, and then I make green. I tell green, hey man, it's time. We've got to team up. We've got to stop the wonder, and you can see the wonder is over here. It's pretty well secured. Like, look at all these trees, these access points. There's only right here, a small access point right here, maybe up here. But he's got all these walls in here, so it's hard to tell which way to go, But right now we're trying to push through. We do need more cannons, of course. We built a lot of horsemen this time. Running out of gold, of course. Resources in general. But we gotta break through. So the problem here, of course, is green and I are gonna run into each other, right? Gonna bump heads a little bit. So I'm trying to like push up to the top side here. I realize that. Let green have the bottom. I'll push on the top. And blue has a lot of horse archers, which are kind of interesting in this with the walls here. They're kind of hard to counter because they're probably not too vulnerable to like Nesta B's AoE and stuff. But I was actually having some issues with pathing there on my Nesta B's, but since they're bigger units, they're not going to be as vulnerable to that. And I don't have any much ranged really. So unless I can break through these walls first to kind of have a little bit of trouble getting through to them. There we go. We finally do. Clean those up. Just layers and layers. Blue has really insulated himself in here. I probably should have gone. Could I have gone? I guess I could have gone up this way. Right, like this is probably a path here. I'm gonna try. Kind of missed my opportunity here. Exactly the best way in was. And then green, of course, trying to come through here, but he can't. Like his only access point is like right here, right? This way is completely blocked by trees. I can't get through there. And let's put on our wonder timer, right? Put that tracker on. How many time? It's kind of in the way, isn't it? But got 9 minutes left here. 122. But we're pushing through, but green is slouching. He's just taking out infrastructure. For whatever reason, he's not focusing. I guess he doesn't want to bump into me because he realized I'm up here. But, we're not really going to be able to hold on much longer. As you can see, our siege is about to be overrun here. We do have some reinforcements on the way, but blue does have a lot more units than we do, unfortunately. But we do see some chopping action up here. Units coming through, so they are wrapping around, but I should have probably broken through up here, I think, would have been a play if I had thought about it. Thought this was the farthest north I could go. This particular instance, but I think this is actually a spot up here. I missed because of the walls that were in the way. I scout all that area. Like not exactly, no. At least. I can't tell. Show the trees. But anyways, you can see that green's having a miserable time trying to do anything on up here. Could go through here, but it's still kind of hard to path through. He isn't aware of this hole here yet. We're trying to figure out what he's doing. Come on, green. Get your act together, bro. Oh, he's just intercepting my reinforcements. Thanks, buddy. That's helpful. Go through here, buddy. That's the spot, right? Is that pathable? Is that not pathable? Maybe it's not. I mean, this is kind of questionable here, but maybe. Not sure. I'm like backing up. I'm like, green, go, Okay, here he goes. Yeah, he could have gone this whole time. He just wasn't for whatever reason. being a little bit slow on the uptake. Now we're coming back through. Good. Okay, so green's gonna get through on this side. Now we can go in here, hopefully, once we get reinforcements. Yep. And yeah, we'll have a good flank against blue here, both sides. We don't hit each other too much, but the cannons might. Each other. They move too much. But we are trying to focus fire. There's a lot of sieges, which I noticed, and I was like, oh no, this is not what we want to see, right? All the siege, this is bad news, bears. You have Green's army, he's trying to break through the wall again because it's such an awkward angle. We are kind of breaking through, but we're losing our siege in the process. Trying to break down all the springalds, mangonels. Now we're kind of into this problem here with green, like we're kind of butting heads a little bit, right? Our units are kind of fighting each other. And I've run out of reinforcements, just a few cannons left. Green too is running low. Blue has the superior military count right here with the close range of his reinforcement path. And I've seen another opportunity on the rise to chop through the back. I'm like, well, finally, this could be the opportunity. So I've moved all my woodvilles over here. I'm like, if I can do this, then green can just be alone down there. I don't have to worry about this problem we've been having. And I could split up his army too. So I'm waiting for the chop through. Here it comes. He's built like a thing here. He's noticed that he's under attack. And he's like, oh no. I don't know what my units were doing here. Like some got through, some didn't. The cannons I guess couldn't fit or something. They're derping around. But anyways, you can see we're trying to get through here. Oh my gosh, come on, what are these cannons doing, man? What on earth? Alright, whatever. Oh good grief, where are they going? I did not know this happened in the game. That's so funny. I guess there wasn't enough space yet here for these cannons for some reason. I do get into the back of his base now. I'm looking for his last landmark, so let's slow things down here. Our wonder tracker is at 1 minute 38, so 1 minute 38 seconds. Okay, so wait, oh, is this the friggin' last landmark here? Is it this friggin' high trade house? I was yelling at Green, like, Green, where's his last landmark? I thought there was like a town center back here. That was it, but I was like, wait a minute, that's only 8 bills, that's an expansion, that's not it. I think it was here. It was right next to green. All he had to do was right click on this with his army. Maybe that's what he's going to do right now. Because I know we did eliminate a few landmarks down at the bottom here. And I think I knew there was only one left. I didn't know which one it was or where it was. It looks like green had it right here. And because I was able to pull some of blue's army up to the top here, green is able to snipe out this last landmark. And that ends the game. With 53 seconds left on the wonder tracker as I was coming down here to try, and I pulled back momentarily, thinking, oh no, now I gotta deal with green. But then I remembered, oh no, I need this king kill. Where's his king? And I knew it was, you know, probably still up here in one of these keeps. So I run back to try to get it. We break through the wall. And slow things down. I get the kill. I was able to secure the kill there by clicking on it with my fire lancers here. Luckily, before green could. We just had melee units for the most part. And we got the kill. So now I'm at 250. But you know, as I've been talking about, I burned my villager count to try to, you know, match these guys' militaries. And now we're kind of suffering the bank. Not just in gold here, but also in food, as you can see. And our supply is so friggin' low. 135 out of 250 to greens. 270 out of 300. So, once again, my hopes are looking like this path again, right? Going from behind. The green is already here with his army. It's gonna be a tough one, right? Trying to figure out what I want to do here. I think I'm starting to rally. Unfortunately, he came through the wall that I made before. My peasants never rallied up here for whatever reason. Didn't build the wall, and then green was able to hit me from multiple angles. From the path that the chop through that I made earlier against blue, and also from his main base straight across path. So we're being hit on two fronts by a much larger army. As you can see here, we're only at 130 military. Our opponent's 226. He's got about 100 more military pop than we do. But at this point, my hope was to chop through in the back, I think. And just my only really shot was to like thinking, I was like, okay, this guy's gonna overwhelm me pretty quickly. I'm losing my siege now up here, being split apart. Need to buy time. And I need to just hope that I sent some more vills down here, I think, to try to chop through the back there. As you can see here, green has a big old army. 230 still. He's coming through, and we are struggling. We're out of running out of our food and our gold. We probably could have built some more keeps looking at the stone bank to protect our king up here. Would have been a strategy. Buy us a little bit more time here. Probably should have done that for sure. But as you can see here, we're coming pretty close to chopping through here. Not too far off. It definitely would have helped to have those keeps. But we are a little ways still away. I'm trying to get some vision. I thought he was in one of these in the back. He's in this one, I guess. I did end up building towers instead, I guess. Trying to at least, but we are being overwhelmed very quickly. Our military is completely gone. Only hope here is a couple of cannons I'm building. Maybe these should have been trebs to shoot over the trees, I wonder. But I don't know if the trebs would do very well against, against the king once he pops out, how well they blast him down. As you can see here, we're losing our last keep. I'm trying to ping their king and see, like, okay, can the cannons shoot through? I did get a little vision here from using that king ability, but I guess I think they need direct line. Cannons do need direct line of sight, so mangoes and trebs may have been the play here in this attempt. But either way, we didn't give ourselves enough time. We did lose the game. But it was an amazing game. Lots of tree chopping and attempts to win from behind. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And we'll see you in the next one.